Well, the news is out. Mortal Kombat 1 is over. We're not getting any more updates, no more DLC, no more new characters, no more story expansions. So, now that the game is over, let's do a deep dive into Mortal Kombat 1, talk about the best parts of it and the worst parts. Let's get started. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Geek City. If you want any more Mortal Kombat content, make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like. Make sure to let me know in the comment section how you feel about Mortal Kombat 1, how you feel about what the next NetherRealm game could be, and everything. I love having conversations in the comment section. Make sure to like, subscribe, and let's get started talking about this. So in case you didn't know, Mortal Kombat all over social media has announced the Mortal Kombat 1 Definitive Edition, which collects all the DLC, so Mortal Kombat 1, the base game, along with the Chaos Reigns story bundle, and Combat Pack 1, 2, and then some skins, like the Mortal Kombat 2 skins, and Jean-Claude Van Damme skin, the Tournament Liu Kang skin, and a couple others. So basically everything in one package. And since this is the Definitive Edition, most people obviously assumed, okay, so this is the Definitive Edition, so we're done. We're not getting anything new. And Ed Boon finally confirmed, yeah, you might get a patch here and there, but yeah, that's it. So we are no longer getting anything new from Mortal Kombat 1. Most likely from this point onward. Well, no, not most likely, it's confirmed. We're not getting any more story expansions, no Combat Pack 3, which they did say they were going to continue to support the game, so it feels like a little bit of a lie, but I guess they're not technically lying because they said we might still get a couple patches, and I'm assuming for the next couple of Invasion seasons, we're still going to get some skins that they had already worked on. Like, I know there's still some Adinian, Katana, and Melina skins that they hadn't released yet. So we might still get a couple more skins, but pretty soon there's going to be nothing new to the game, and it's going to recycle through content for the new seasons. So, the game is over, basically. We're done here. And I've been thinking about the game a lot. And I feel like let's just do like a little bit of a kind of a review, but kind of a retrospective, just kind of talk about the game. Mortal Kombat 1 was definitely an interesting addition to the Mortal Kombat franchise. It's very much been probably the most divisive Mortal Kombat game that we have gotten in a long time. Basically, a lot of people did not like this game. A lot of people had problems with it. I, since day one, have supported the game. I've always enjoyed it. So, I don't think that's changed. But let's just talk about the game, and let's first talk about the pros, and then we'll get on to the cons. So the first thing here is, I want to clarify real quickly that a lot of people have said, oh yeah, Mortal Kombat 1 is dead. Nobody plays the game. And I wanted to go on here and say that if you are a Mortal Kombat 1 fan, you can confirm that is not true. Stats for this game have shown that this is still one of the highest people are still buying this game. This is one of the highest played games on new gen consoles. I'll find the information somewhere, but I did see it online, so if I remember, I will edit the photos of the evidence onto the video. So the game is not dead. The game hasn't been dying. People have said that this game, nobody plays it, and that's simply not true. Steam and all that shows otherwise. This game is still being played. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean you have to say the game is dead. So, I feel like, yes, when the game first came out, a lot of people had some issues with it, and I think the main problem was, I think the thing that hurt this game the most and affected the game forever, and is the reason it's ending so late, is because it was rushed out early. This game came out in November of 2023, and I believe that if this game came out in 2024, at some point in 2024, this game would be praised. Because basically when the game first came out, it wasn't complete. There were so many bugs. There were so many systems that weren't available, like online modes. Barely any of them were available. And there was a story mode, but there wasn't else a lot to do. Invasions was very flawed. And so you could definitely tell for the first couple seasons. I feel like the first 4 seasons of Invasions were very buggy. It took forever to complete them. There were a lot of flaws. It was not very fun. But I think as the game went on, the game got so much better, and at the point we are now, I think Mortal Kombat 1 is one of the best Mortal Kombat games. After all the updates, after everything that has been fixed, I think it is a great game. It started off maybe a little rocky, but I think over time it has improved a lot. I still enjoyed the story mode a lot. I thought it was really good. The multiverse stuff was a little out of left field, but I love that this game did something new, and I did have a ton of fun with it. It gave light to characters that hadn't gotten the spotlight in a while, like Lee May, Reptile, Baraka, Ashra. So I appreciated that. Um, and I enjoy Invasions mode. For the first 4 seasons, I didn't like it. I only completed it for the skins. But season 5 was when they finally locked in. I feel like they really got their stride there because that was the Raiden season, and the palettes were great, and they added a lot of new they added it to where you can skip a lot more of the fights. There's a lot more mini games that you can do that are a lot of fun. And just overall, Invasions has become a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun to play. Those first couple seasons were a chore, but it has over time become really good. And it's actually a lot of fun, and I enjoy playing it, and I still play it to this day. And I feel like I do wish we could go back and play the tutorial mode, Johnny Cage's Mansion. I wish they used that stage more. The only problem I have with Invasions is that it feels like you're fighting in like the same 8 stages, and there are so many stages in this game that weren't used. Again, I want to go back to Johnny Cage's Mansion. I feel like that would have been a fun stage to use in one of these seasons. And I hate that we only got 8 seasons. We got 8 seasons, and then they basically decided to just cycle through the next 8. And I feel like this is where the game was hurt. Where this game is it's pretty common knowledge by now that the game was not finished. It was rushed out. So if they had dropped the game in 2024, so much stuff would have been fixed that people were complaining about at the beginning. There would have been more skins because there's not a lot of customization when the game first came out. Invasions would have been fixed. I think that they had plans to do a lot more stuff in Invasions, but they just had to release it the way it was. Invasion would have been fixed. All the online mode stuff that people had wanted on day one, all the game stuff like that, like game modes on online mode. Let me just. I decided not to use a script for this. I decided to just talk whenever it comes out, whatever comes out. But customization, there would have been a lot more. Invasion mode would have been fixed. More online modes for people. There would have been a lot less bugs because the game was a little buggy at first. And then I think combat packs. Let's talk about that. One of the best things about this game, the DLC characters. As a huge nerd, geek, fanboy, the fact that in one game alone you can do an Omni-Man versus Homelander matchup. Brilliant idea. You get to play as Omni-Man and Homelander in the same game. You can have them finally fight up against each other in a fighting game. Never thought I'd see the day. But it's awesome you get them in the same game. You also get Peacemaker. Again, as a huge DC fan, that's awesome to see. So those 3 characters are so fun to play as a huge fanboy. That's awesome. You get Takeda again. I'm glad we finally get to see Takeda in the game again. Now the Chaos Reigns DLC, when it comes to guest characters, I'm the one I loved Ghostface. Huge fan of horror, and I'm glad we finally got to have Ghostface in a game. But I don't get why they chose to do another Terminator character and Conan. Who wanted Conan? There's so many guest characters we still need. We need Ash. We need Pinhead. There's so many guest characters. Deadpool, Deathstroke, Shredder. There are so many, and y'all chose Conan and the guy from Terminator 2. Granted, the gameplay for that dude is really fun, but it's still just odd that that's the direction they chose to go in for the Combat Pack 2. But I think that with Combat Pack 1, it was really solid. Quan Chi, Ermac, Takeda, Peacemaker, Omni-Man, and Homelander. Really cool. Cameos, another system that I feel like a lot of people are mixed on. Personally, I liked cameos. It brought something new. Let's get to some more of the positives of this game. The gameplay. This is some of the best gameplay that has been in a Mortal Kombat game. People say, "Oh yeah, let's go back to Mortal Kombat 11." Mortal Kombat 11 is miles better than MK1. I had fun with Mortal Kombat 11, but the gameplay is so basic. It's so generic. It's every character. I feel like they all play the same. In Mortal Kombat 1, every character has their own unique style, and cameos are fun because they add a new thing to this game where you can mix and match a character in a cameo, and you can find all these different combat styles, and you can make their skins match, and you can do all this fun stuff with them. They get new fatalities, and that way you're also getting to see a bigger roster. So people wanted Sonya, Kano, Jax in this game. You get them, just not a part of the main roster, but you still get to see them in the game, so that's always cool. So I enjoyed the cameos a lot. The stages in this game, the maps in this game are beautiful. This is definitely the best looking Mortal Kombat game when it comes to stages. And then there's that field stage that you got when you defeated Floyd, which I have still not done. I've tried to fight Floyd. I can't find him. So I haven't gotten the field stage yet, but the maps in this game are beautiful. And that's been something that's been said since day one. The music is great, especially the one that you open the menu and it's like the music is great. And the way it plays in the cinematic story is really good. So, I mean, from day one, I knew I enjoyed the cameos. I liked the story. I liked the maps. I loved the roster. It's a good mix of classic, but also 3D era stuff. A lot of people feel like the 3D era wasn't used in the original NetherRealm trilogy very well. In this game, you get Reiko, Ashura, Kenshi. You're getting a ton of them in here, and that's awesome. That's cool to see. Havoc, another one. Natara. There's a lot in here. Good, you're finally getting a lot of 3D era characters for those who have been wanting more. You get them, plus a lot of the classic arcade stuff. You get a good mix of both. I enjoyed the new era. I like a lot of the new interpretations of characters. I love this version of Johnny Cage and Kenshi and their bromance. I'm excited to see where they take this version of Raiden. I dug this version of General Shao, Katana, especially Melina. Obviously, Liu Kang is still the same. And I love this the whole group of Kung Lao, Johnny Cage, Kenshi, Raiden, and then Johnny Cage, Kenshi, and Kung Lao go on that mission with Astra and Reptile and Baraka. That whole group was a lot of fun. So from the day one, I enjoyed this game, but I think it got even better. They fixed invasions. They added a ton of new skins that we had been wanting since NetherRealm took over. You finally get a game where you can play as the classic movie ninjas, the 95 skins, and they added them for all of them. You got Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, who were in the movie, but you also get Ermac and Smoke. So that's awesome. You get a game with almost all the ninjas, except for Chameleon, because nobody cares about Chameleon, I guess. And you get Smoke back. That's awesome to see. So I feel like, the roster was just so good, man. You're getting so many fan favorites that people have been wanting for a while, plus a lot of the classics. And again, the skins in this game, as they can, with every single invasion season, the thing I was most looking forward to was what skins were going to be added. And some of my favorites included the Deception Melina skin, the MK9 Smoke skin with the long hair. Ooh, that was so good. The new MK2 movie skins, you can finally play as movie Sub-Zero from the new movie, the new Scorpion skin. The new General Shao skin for the movie looks great. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Johnny Cage, that's awesome. You kidding me? There's so many great skins in this game. The Earthrealm skins were Reptile, Katana, and Melina. Those look awesome. The MK2, Katana, Melina, and Tanya skins, where they basically kind of changed them up a little bit and modernized them. The MK3/4 ninja skins that are kind of a combination of both. Those are awesome. There are so many great skins in this game, and people say, oh, Mortal Kombat 11 had so much more customization, but people are wrong. The only thing that MK11 did better with customization was with DLC. DLC got a lot more skins. I really wish DLC got skins in this game. It would have been cool if we each got a separate style. So, for example, with Omni-Man, he could have gotten his base skin, but he also could have gotten the skin where he has the Thraxan armor, or what planet is it that with the bugs they have in that golden plate, or he could have the Coalition of Planet one, the blue slick one that he wears with Alan. For Peacemaker, if we got an underwear skin, that would have been awesome. I don't know what they would have done for Homelander. I don't really know. He hasn't really had like an alternate suit yet. But with Mortal Kombat 11 customization, it just looks like there's more. 3 gear pieces is too many, and we will talk about the flaws of the game later. But with MK11, the way it's organized, it looks like there's like hundreds of skins, but in reality, it's the same system as Mortal Kombat 1, where there's a couple skins with just palettes. But in Mortal Kombat 1, they decided to organize it so you get like 8 skins, and you can click on it and it shows you all the palettes. But in Mortal Kombat 11, it's not like that. It just shows them all, and you have to scroll through to find the one you like. So I prefer the more organized Mortal Kombat 1 customization way. So although it looks like MK11 had like a bajillion more skins, no, it didn't. The palettes were just shown instead of being organized. So Mortal Kombat 11 was not better in that way. Mortal Kombat 11 didn't have as good gameplay. There are so many ways that MK1 is better than Mortal Kombat 11. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. So I think the game was improved a lot. I loved Combat Pack 1, and then Chaos Reigns dropped, and I'm still 50-50 on it. The DLC story mode, which I reviewed when it first came out, I was disappointed by that. I have a lot of issues with it. I think Smoke and Katana should have had their own chapter in that story mode. They should have gone on the mission with Cyrax, Sector, and Scorpion. They decided to give Rain and Tanya a chapter, which I get. They wanted to make those characters likable, since in the actual story they weren't used much. But the problem is they made the chapters for like other alternate universe, Tanya and Rain, so I don't care about them. They aren't the main timeline. So I'm supposed to feel bad whenever this version of Rain dies, but it doesn't matter because we don't get attached to him. He's not the main timeline one. We should have gotten like Smoke or Katana from the main timeline doing the mission, and they should have gotten their own chapters because they didn't get one in the main story. I think that would have been really smart, and I really wish they did that. So the story mode was really disappointing. But you did get Cyrax, Sector, Noob, Saibot, and their gameplay is great. Again, the gameplay in this game, chef's kiss. You got some new skins. You get MK3, Sub-Zero, and Noob Saibot, and then there's like this Wedding Scorpion and this Empress Melina skin that looks really cool. And with the Chaos Reign update, they again continue to improve the game. You finally got Towers of Time. One of the things I do think MK11 did better, I wish there was more rewards with Towers of Time in this game. Like, I feel like there should be more skins available for you to win. I do like, though, that you can unlock Dragon Crystals through the game, which, again, is another thing that they improved on, where originally when the game came out, every skin was like 1,000 Dragon Crystals, which was insane. That's $10 a skin. That was bad. That was a big fault with the game. I did not like that. But they eventually lowered it to 500, and it's now a lot easier to do. You can, there was stuff that you could do since the game has come out, like every 10 levels on your account, you would get Dragon Crystals. But the problem was that stopped at once you got to level 100, which I hate. You also get Dragon Crystals for every character when you get to level 20 and 31, and then you get 500 when you complete the story mode. So there were ways to do it, it just wasn't easy. But now that extra 75 every week, if you do the towers, it's a lot more easier to get them now than you think. It has helped me a lot being able to buy skins without having to spend my own money. And so another improvement with Towers of Time, giving you another thing that you can do in this game. So again, slowly just continuing to fix the game. And so I really genuinely think if this game came out in 2024, finished the way they wanted it to, you would have gotten Towers of Time, more online modes, you would have had more customization, invasions would have been fixed, more skins available, all this stuff would have been there since day one. But since it wasn't there day one, people stopped playing and got bored. Now again, game-wise, people still played this game a lot. Don't let people think this game was dead. Don't trick people into thinking that. But I do think there was a lot of people who played the game when it first came out, didn't like it, dropped it, and now till this day are going, oh yeah, this game sucks, terrible. And I hate that. I feel like people need to give this game a chance now. There's so much more to do. It's so much better. The gameplay has gotten better. The graphics have gotten better. It's even more slick and there's less bugs. But again, a lot of people dropped it after like a month because it wasn't finished and it wasn't complete. But now that it is complete, I do think it's better. There are still some flaws with the game. Let's talk about it. With customization, there needs to be 2 gear palettes, not 1. No, or 2 gears. So basically in Mortal Kombat 11 there were 3. That's too many. Too much to keep up with. 2 is the perfect amount. They decided to go to 1. They downsized from 3 to 1. They need to do 2 with this one. Also, another thing that MK11 did better was slots. You can have character slots for your customization. So therefore, let's say I have like 8 Scorpion skins, and I want to make a slot. I want to make multiple slots where I have these saved skins. So I go to a round, I click Scorpion, and it shows up my slots that I've saved, so I can pick one. So one round I want to play as a movie Scorpion. Next round I want to play MK4 Scorpion. In this game, you have to go and change it every single time because they didn't add slots. In Mortal Kombat 11, if I click Johnny Cage, I could go with the classic one, I could go with the movie one, I could go with the werewolf, I could go with any of them because I saved them as slots. In this game, you can't do that. You have to change it every single time you want to change it. I don't like that. I think that was another thing that the game didn't do as good. Again, was not a huge fan of Chaos Reign's story mode. I think the DLC as a whole was good. The story mode itself, I think the invasions boss fights to this day, like in fact, I tried to do one today. I did a Titan boss fight with a Lee May, and it was miserable. The Titan bosses were awful. They're tedious. They're not fun to fight. The final bosses in each season, those are better, but the Titan bosses are awful. They're so difficult to beat because they're just annoying. Like, they just spam these overpowered moves that are impossible to block. It's like they wanted to make it hard because these are supposed to be Titans, but they made it too difficult, and that was something that I feel like they never really fixed. So that is definitely a problem with the game, and I feel like that is still literally today. I played one and I almost broke my controller because that Lime Titan, the pyramid boss fight. That's available. It's available for like 3 days every season. I tried to do Lime's, couldn't do it. It was awful. So yeah, the game's not perfect. There are still some issues. I'm sure in a week I'll think of some other stuff that come to mind for um, problems with the game. But comparing the list of cons that I have compared to the day one cons, the game has improved so much. I do really wish we could get more. I wish we got a Combat Pack 3 with Ash and any other characters that we could have gotten. Would have loved a Combat Pack 3. Would have even loved an extra story mode. Would have loved more skins. Of course I'm gonna eat it up, but we're not. The game is done now. And as it stands, I think this is a really good Mortal Kombat game. I think they fixed most of my big problems, and I really wish you would continue playing it. Let's not let the hype die. Let's continue to play. But granted, they're done with Mortal Kombat 1, so most likely that means we are getting Injustice 3, just based on rumors and whatnot. We're finally getting Injustice 3, baby, which I'm excited about. I've already done my pitch for how they would do that. If you want to see my pitch for Injustice 3 story mode, it's somewhere. It's an older video, so it's not as good, but it's somewhere out there. So, overall, that's my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section what you thought of Mortal Kombat 1. And as always, stay geeky.